Hello, it is Kelly back with another process video. Today I am using the Bella Blvd collection. It is called Wish Big. It's a birthday collection. They have a boys and a girls collection. This one I'm using is the girls. As you can see, it is a big collection that has so many cute patterns, and I fell in love with this and had to have, of course, every piece that I could find online. So I'm just now getting around to use it, and I've had this for a while, but I just haven't really had the opportunity to use it. So it was recently my oldest grandbaby's birthday, and she had turned 9, and we had like a little mini celebration. Her unfortunately for her, her birthday lands right on the same weekend that I go back to school, and so we end up usually having to do something pretty quick and small because everybody's getting ready for back to school, and it's just hard to plan a party around that time. So she spent the summer in Oklahoma so it was kind of hard for us to plan this year for a big party, but she still had a good time, and it was, just family, and she felt loved. And that to me is, she knows that we celebrate her life and that we're very proud and we love her with all of our hearts. So as long as she knows that, that's all that matters to me. So, and I'm pretty sure she knows that. So anyway, I just really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I know that I love to layer, so I just started cutting some papers and layering them and trying to decide exactly how I wanted this layout to go. So you will see I go through some phases here, and I keep the same patterns that I cut. I might cut a couple of them a little bit smaller, but this is how the layering ends up kind of going, but it will look quite a bit different than what you see right now. It's just the process that I have to go through to see how what is pleasing to my eye and kind of what direction I want to go, especially when I'm starting with a brand new collection like this. It's a little bit overwhelming. So I'm not afraid to cut papers at all. I'll just start cutting them to, shapes that I feel like that I can use and sizes that I feel like I can use, and then I will just start layering stuff, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. So just kind of, for me, a good way to break it, to get used to using a new kit, or kind of get rid of that fear of the blank page, I guess. So, and here I'm just kind of stacking the papers one on top of the other. I love this look of stacked papers, and just kind of making sure that, I don't even know how to say it, just kind of making sure that they're all showing a little bit and a little bit at an angle. And I've mentioned this before, I don't like real sharp angles. I just try to keep the angles pretty slight because I feel like it's very jarring to the eye to see a very stark angle. So I wanted to I feel like it softens it just to keep the angles not so sharp, if that makes sense. So I've had all of these things in my stash from this Bella Blvd Wish Big collection. So I'm trying to, and I have the boy collection and I have the girl, and I've used some of the boy collection, but this is the first time I'm getting into the girls collection, which I love. And I have a few more pictures that I will be scrapping and using these papers for. And I knew I wanted to use that acrylic birthday piece, so that this will pretty much stay the way that you see here. So I'm going to add some of the sticker borders as just kind of another layering piece to give it a, I think it gives it a little more of a whimsical look. And I just tuck it underneath the layers that, like you see. And I want to make sure I use all of those pieces up. Even though they are just small pieces, I still want to use them. And that's, if you struggle with layering, that to me just, the more you add and play with the pieces, I feel like you'll be happier with the results. Like even with those smaller pieces, just keep adding stuff and taking things away. Like don't feel committed. I mean, that's what I do. And you'll notice that I change things a lot and I move things around a lot. I'm like, I have to see it. I have to see where it's going to live before I know whether I'm happy with it there or not. And it generally works out for me that way, and it's fine. I do sometimes have to, rip up the adhesive, or at the end here you'll see me moving some of the sequins around, and I have to pull them up, and so it leaves a little spot, but I'll just cover it with something else. I don't get precious with my supplies. I try to just keep it relaxed and just play around, because this is supposed to be enjoyable and not stressful. And if it starts feeling stressful, then why bother? So, and right here, I love that little cupcake and the little cake in the, well, I don't know what you call that, a cloche. I love that. I think it's so cute, but it bothers me that there is a trapped space in between those two. And here in a few minutes, I will try to find something to cover that up. And that's probably the only part of this layout that I'm not crazy about. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it doesn't bother me to the point where I'm going to pull that stuff up. So it will work. But generally, I try not to have trap space like that. So here I am just adding more things, and you'll see me trying to find something to cover that space with. And that doesn't stay there, the flower. I will move that. And I like the little birdie there, but I decided to use the flower there instead to keep the repetition of the flower going. As you see, I have it up there in the left-hand corner by the big photo. There's one on top of the little cake cloche. I don't know if that's the right word. I hope so. And then I have the pink flower there by the birthday title, which I will just layer underneath there. And I love the look of all these tabs over here on the side. I just think it gives it a little bit, some added dimension and interest. So here you'll see I'll put these down, and then I don't like them, and I will take some of them up here in a few minutes. Because I don't like the way I arranged them, but that's just, and you can't really see where the glue is unless you're looking really close, so I'm okay with that. See me change it here in a minute. Oh, and I found that little circle. It has birthday candles on it to kind of fill in that trap space between the cupcake that I was talking about earlier. But there's still a little trap space there, but I'm just gonna live with it. It's okay. And I still love how this layout turned out. It's bright and cheerful and has tons of layers. That's how I rolled. That's what I like. So my last thing to do on this layout is to add the date. And I'll add a little journaling down at the bottom here in a little while. I'll try to use that big date stamp, but that won't work. It's too big for that space. And you can barely see, but I put it in, I used pink ink, and it shows up in person better than you could see it on camera. But that is all. I thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you have some time to scrap this week and get creative. If you enjoyed this video, I ask that you please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload my next video. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.